Hi, I'm Ellen McCauley, and I'm at Plateaus in Syracuse, New York. Now, this first Thursday after Memorial Day, the topic of the night really isn't like a sexy topic. It's not a kind of topic that's full of laughs or full of feel good. But I think it's an important topic because it's what is this metabolism? How many times do you hear, I got a slow metabolism, I have no metabolism, or I say it all the time, my body needs less food than I think it does. And it just seems like we do the same things, nothing happens, and then we get a little discouraged because nothing's moving. So tonight I wanted to talk about plateaus, metabolism, revving that metabolism up. And the first article I want to talk about is 5 tips to avoid plateaus and metabolic slowdown. Now, this one person is asking the fat loss guru, Tom Venuto, who runs a program, Burn the Fat, Feed the Muscle, says, Tom, is it possible to not lose body fat because you're eating too little? Because a lot of people say that to me, Ellen, maybe you're not eating enough. Maybe you need to eat more. Well, he says, yes and no. You see, so often we eat more than we think we eat. It's like you say, well, all I had was, a little piece of fish and just a mashed potato, and all I had was some green beans. And you're thinking, that's all. And if you actually did the calories, scientifically, you would see that if you need 1,500 calories, maybe that's what you're eating, or 1,600. Because a calorie deficit always produces a weight loss. It's still calories in versus calories out. Energy intake, your food, is substantially higher than we think. We're overestimating even our physical exercise. You go, well, I went for a 1-mile walk. Well, our ancestors walked 10 miles to school both ways, and they didn't go down to 90 pounds. Our bodies need that just to survive, just to move. It's not extra exercise where we're raising our heart rate. So are we doing that? Are we underestimating what we're eating and overestimating our exercise? I think in many cases we are. Also, so often we think, well, I haven't had a lot on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Why did I gain weight? Because our overeating days wipe out our deficit days. Now, how many of us do that? Like go to a Memorial Day picnic, and I love this, the Taste of Holy Family. You wouldn't believe how many people wrote the Taste of Holy Family on their log. That's what they wrote, Taste of Holy Family. What does that mean? You just tasted everything at the whole place? If you can't delineate what you've eaten, if you do Memorial Day cookout, which I saw on a lot of vlogs, it means you're eating too much. If you can't say, I had 1 burger with no rolls, I had a salad with light dressing, if you can't write down what you ate, you had too much. Would anyone disagree with me? Because otherwise you would know what you ate and you'd write it down. If you're just saying, party, I have this vision of you. And it's so funny because I went to quite a few parties, and this one woman bought this big tray of brownies. And we were outside. We were at the watchfire. And the brownies were over on this table. You wouldn't believe the people that I noticed. It's like dark. People are talking. They'd go over and they'd look, and no one's walk away from the brownies. I saw more people go over and just snag those brownies. If you can't write it down. So often these diet-resistant subjects were eating more than they thought and eating more than they thought and moving less than they thought. We all think, I'm trying so hard, I'm working so hard, I've said it myself. But am I working as hard as I possibly can? Energy intake increases. This is another one too, about those overeating days. We think that if we go to a restaurant and just eat so much that if we cut back for a day or two, it won't have any calories. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Here's another big thing. If I weighed 370, I would lose more weight than I weigh now. your body as you lose weight. If people have lost 20, 30 pounds and they're trying to eat the same way they ate to lose those 20, 30 pounds, but you have to eat, what everybody? Less. Because your body's littler and it needs less. So your metabolism decreases when you have a smaller body mass. And remember, no chatter during the presentation. Also, when you don't eat enough, your actual weight loss is less than predicted on paper, but it doesn't stop completely. You think, well, maybe I'm not eating enough. Well, if you're not eating enough, you are still going to lose weight. Maybe not as much as your mind thinks you should. We need to constantly adjust our calories and our activity levels in real time each week. Lose the pounds slowly. They mentioned the weight training and cardio. One of the things is to build the muscle. It's really not that hard. I talk about it every week. Lifting those weights, pulling those stretch bands. It really isn't hard. You'll feel it. Who's lifted the weights and done the stretchy bands? The next day I'm like, whoa, I can feel that. You're moving these muscles and strengthening muscles. You're not, but it's not like my heart's racing. I'm like, oh, I'm not standing there like this. You're supposed to do it nice and slow, but you will feel it. And another thing, people go on a 1 or 2 mile walk and they're like this. Da-da, da-da, hey, how you doing? And it talks about interval training, where you walk really fast till you're out of breath. Then you slow down, and then you go a little faster. Slower, faster. I know, I love the group because everyone says, is she going to get a chair? Oh my gosh, Yes, she did. Yes, okay. So we're going right back to the interval training, everyone. You walk fast, you walk slow. Judy and I have talked about it. I don't like to be out of breath. It makes me a little nervous. If I exercise so hard that I'm out of breath, I'm thinking, am I going to die? I'm out of breath. How many people get a little nervous when they're out of breath? I just do. It's just a psychological thing. But actually, that's when you're doing the cardio. How many people like to get out of breath when they exercise? They feel, yeah, I'm really working it, man. I'm out of breath. And I need to kind of build up my exercise till I'm a little out of breath. Get over that psychological hump where I think, I'm out of breath, am I going to keel? Where's my next breath, But I have to get that heart rate up. Because I can ride 5 miles on my bike and not even break a sweat. I'm riding my bike, and I think, okay, I write it down. Rode 5 miles. There's my exercise. But did my heart rate go up? Did I move it? Did I push it? And my body's used to 5 miles on the bike. It's like, doo-doo, doo-doo. We need to push ourselves a little farther. Also, we need to, and no one has to really worry about this next section. It talks about 1 day a week having some extra calories, so our body metabolizes that a little faster. Yeah, I just didn't think anymore, oh, that's what I'm not doing. 1 day a week I gotta eat a little more. Oh my gosh, that's my problem. I don't see anyone really worried about that problem. But what it means is, and I love this, it says, on those days eat healthier carbs. Some people think, okay, I had pizza and wings, I did what Ellen said, I ate extra today. What they're saying is have a bigger salad or have 2 fruits. They're not talking about refeeding at the trough at the buffet, Also take periodic diet breaks. Again, we think a periodic diet break means we're hitting every restaurant on Erie Boulevard. But what they're talking about is maybe having some extra fruits, extra veggies, whole wheat pasta, etc. You need to just really look and see what you're doing. And if what you're doing is not working, why? I'm a big one for saying, I've tried so hard, I lost weight, and it's my body's done, and blah, blah, blah. I'm sick of my own self saying that, and that's one of the reasons why I did this article, so that I can maybe learn, what do I need to do? And we're going to stop right there, Bob, and we're going to talk about it